Hi everyone, I'm Deb Haaland, Congresswoman for New Mexico's 1st Congressional District, and I'm so proud today to have my guest, Chief Judge and former Governor of Isleta, Pueblo, Verna, who opened for the very first time in our country's history, the first Native American to open our U.S. House of Representatives with a prayer on the floor.
The House will be in order. The prayer will be offered by the guest chaplain, Ms. Verna, Southern Tiwa, Pueblo de Isleta, New Mexico.
O Creator and Great Mother, having asked and received your permission to invoke your blessings today to all directions, to the east, north, west, south, and the center, we thank you for the life you give to all your children, the two-legged ones, the four-legged, those who live in the waters, and those who watch over us from the skies above. Sacred pollen, sacred earth mother, sacred water that manifests your desires, O Creator and Great Mother. We thank them for the nourishment they give us equally, with no regard to race, color, or creed. Creator and Great Mother, bless those standing before you who carry a sacred trust to all of us who inhabit Turtle Island, our homeland. And I pray today that you will give them the wisdom and the courage to carry out their sacred trust with the same equality that we received from the sun and rain. Thank you.
And so welcome Chief Judge Teller. Thank you for taking the journey here. For us, I know what it felt like for me. You could hear it in my voice when I introduced you, but tell me how it felt for you.
Well, of course, I was a little nervous, but coming here was a journey. I've been thinking about this for a while and hoping that I could do good for all of our people here in the country, all our Native people. It was quite an honor, to say the least, and I'm very humbled to have this honor to represent our people here in this country and to be able to say a prayer that I think is from the heart, that we all need here, you know, especially in this time. And so I'm so honored and thankful that you've invited us and that we've been welcomed here at the Capitol to do this.
So tell me a little bit about your prayer. As an environmentalist, I'm a Pueblo woman, but I'm also a staunch environmentalist and work every day to protect our public lands and our sacred lands. And when the first things that you talked about were the two-leggeds and the four-leggeds and the rain and the water, and so just tell us why you chose those words, why you feel they're important for members of Congress to hear as we do the work of the people of this country.
Well, you know, certainly those are all ideals, and those are all sacred beings that we as Native people hold dear and close to our heart. We recognize the sacredness of our Earth Mother, and we recognize the connection that we all have to our animal and all the spirits that are here that help us, that give us all our life. And of course, we all work toward protecting that for the betterment and for all our use, not just for Native people, but the world.
Yes.
And so I think it's very important that we share that with the rest of the world, and they understand how important it is for our survival as a human race. And
Yes.
so I thought it was very important, and I thought it was especially critical in this day that we all recognize the equality of all of us as brothers and sisters and the connectedness that we all have here in this world.
Regardless of race, regardless of color,
yes.
Any
of that, we are all one, and we need to care for each other.
Absolutely. So I know when I originally invited you, I had high hopes that you would be able to deliver your speech in Tiwa. But the congressional record, we need it. It needs to be available to everyone, and so that's why English is the language. And so, if you'd like to tell us in Tiwa anything you would like to say about your prayer or about, the opportunity to be here, you're welcome to do that.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Well, I was a little bit, I wondered about that, and I said, oh, I want to say this because I do this as part of who I am and my community. I do this, I do opening prayers, and it's typically in my language, Tiwa. And so I thought, how am I going to do this? Because I'm not only representing the Pueblo of Isleta or Pueblo people, I'm representing all the nations. There's 500 plus tribes here, and I thought, I have to recognize them all. And so that was part of the reason why I made sure that my prayer, I hoped, encompassed as much as I could of everyone's philosophy in Indian country. And in Tiwa, that's the creator and the earth and our mother, which are female and male entities that are one and the same, and because of that equality at that spiritual level. And so it's important for me as a Pueblo woman and as a Pueblo person to make sure that I acknowledge the creator and the great mother as equal entities. And so of course, speaking to the powers of the earth, Kikewe Ikawi, the earth mother, Kikawe Piawi, the creator, speaking of our sacred pollen, which gives us life, which is the seed of all creation, and that's what that represents. And of course, water, because without water, water is life for all of us. And without those elements, then we would not have life. And so it's very important for us to acknowledge them and ask, because they also are spirit, ask them for the life that they give us.
Excellent. Thank you so much. We're really, I'm honored to have you here as my guest. There have been many times when I've been the only Native American in the room, the only Native American in the classroom or the staff meeting or whatever. And I feel very honored to have you and your granddaughter here. And I thank you for coming.
Absolutely. And I thank you for having us. I am so humbled and I'm so honored. And we pray for you.
Thank you.
To have the strength and the courage to represent all of us with a good heart.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dawa.